What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if the opening attack person in Scream is actually going to survive. The victim won't actually become the victim, more or less. So I know other people have talked about this. I try, and this is honestly, I really try not to do topics that I've seen other Scream channel creators do. At the same time, we end up pretty much doing the same topics just because there's only so many things you can talk about. But this has been one that we've touched upon when we talk about, like, would Dewey die, or even Sydney, or a mystery guest. And we can talk about that, again, as to who we think in this video. But the question is, would they survive the opening attack? Would there actually not be an opening kill in Scream, more or less, right? So that's what I want to talk about in this video. By the way, I think we're getting very close to finally getting something Scream related in terms of new stuff. So hopefully August, hopefully September, and then we're going to kick it up to a whole new level on this channel by then, okay? So here's the deal. I know well, it's hard to say, and I know other people have said it. I don't like saying it because when you say the collective thought of people, or like it seems like most people want this or want that in like the opening of Scream, I don't really think that's true because we only see a couple handful of thousands of people here versus the hopefully many, many more that go see this new Scream movie, right? So I don't know if, we are the collective thought of everybody. We could be. We very well could be. But there is no doubt about it that it does seem there's been a push from people online, good, which is, I don't think it's a bad thing, by the way, that maybe we want somebody to live while also somebody dies. So the thing that I've seen the most, and you guys have probably also seen the most, is that could the opening attack, let's call it, right? Could it be a group of people? By the way, only one, and we've talked about this before, right? I think hearkening back to the first Scream, even Scream 2, right? Or really anything but Scream 4, where we're not going to do 50 fake outs. I really don't like that. That's just a personal opinion. That's a me problem, right? But that is my own opinion. I want one defined scene that goes on, and I think it would be kind of cool if we got a couple people in this scene. Now, again, the difference between this one and other ones would be, could you have one survive and could you have one die? I think a lot of people think, that I've at least seen, is that you could have the sisters, the Carpenter sisters, both be in the opening attack. So you'd have Jenna Ortega's character, you'd have Melissa Barrera's character, and maybe even you'd have your third character. Okay, now this is one avenue that I've seen quite often online. Does it mean it's real or that it's going to happen? No. They've already filmed it. They don't really, in a way, they don't care about what we say in terms of these theories for the opening, because what's done is done, right? I think, we talked about Selena Gomez before, to throw her name out there, right? And it's like, if you were to do it, she does, I feel like, fit in where if you were to tell me in a movie situation that she is a sister to the other two, to Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera, I'd believe you. They look relatively close in terms of that, like you could believe that they're relatives of some kind, right? So if they were to do something where and by the way, why do I say that? Well, we have gotten hints, and I believe it, like, I want to believe the Dewey thing, and there's obviously that avenue you can go down, and we can go down there in a second, but Jenna Ortega, especially when she was on, like, the Drew Barrymore show, really sold me, whether she was supposed to or not, on that she's in the opening attack. Just the way she talks in that interview and the way she idolizes Drew Barrymore and all that stuff, like, yeah, you could just be saying it. And we've made a specific video just on her interview alone. You guys can check that out. But, like, I really believe she slipped up and that she is in the opening attack. Okay, again, just a personal belief. So if she is, and we've talked about it before, there's only a couple ways you can go. She can either die, and that would be quite the shocker, right? And that could happen because she is a really big name. She's not the biggest name, but she is a really big name, and that could just be something that happens that would really throw us off, where it's like, oh, we're going there. Nobody's safe, which we already know that, but you can really make it defined. So you could do that, or you could have her live. Well, that's only one character. If it's just her. What about others? Well, the plot or the synopsis of the movie is that her sister, right, Melissa Barrera's character, she leaves and she comes back. So why would she leave? Well, maybe it's because somebody close to her has died. Now, that actually does add to the idea that Jenna Ortega's character could die, because it's like, well, it's possible. I would say it's unlikely, but it's definitely possible. Or a twist is there's a third one. We only really know about 2 sisters. What if there's a third? What if they were all living together and Ghostface attacked, or maybe multiple ghosts? But by the way, there's an opportunity there too, right? So you could see 1 or 2 Ghostface, killers, and they take out Selena Gomez, or they take out, by the way, I know I'm bringing her up, and we've had that whole discussion too almost a year ago. You could just have a big other celebrity name that we don't even know about. You could just have that as the third person, or you could just have them as the one person if it's just an opening attack and it's one person there. Honestly, just taking a quick step out of this for a second, we have talked about it so much. Personally, on my channel, I've made probably 4 to 6 videos on it. I know Critical Overlord, Killjoy Jake, like they've made videos on it too, right? Like, we've talked about it so much. I pray to God that in the trailer for this movie, they don't show anything for this, because if they show it and we can figure it out, I feel like that really hurts. I know it's just an opening scene. I was going to call it an attack. You could call it that too. It's probably 10 to 11 minutes long, right? 11 minutes and some change. But like, and so it's not going to make or break the entire movie, but it does. It's the start. It's the start of the movie, and you really have to make it powerful. So I know that's kind of an aside here, but hopefully, but maybe we'll have to see. Maybe they do kind of signal in the trailer or in a teaser or something in the coming months. Maybe you can piece together what the opening attack is. Maybe you can't. But I really actually hope that you can't do it, right? Because again, we're only talking about the sister thing. It could be a Dewey thing, and Dewey could get attacked and he could live. And again, like the idea of, because you also have to assume, well, how do you get Sydney back into things? Well, do you kill somebody off that she has no idea who they are? Or do you hurt or kill somebody that's close to her? It could be Judy Hicks. It could be, I mean, there could be Martha Meeks. I mean, actually, there is, now, again, but each one of them has their own, I guess, positive and negative. Like, do people care if the opening attack is Judy or Martha? No, not really. Let's be honest with each other, right? I really think to go with the celebrity route or the fake out, or I don't know, just something that you wouldn't think that they would do. So killing a main character, killing a newcomer, like one of the new characters, right? Those are things like, yeah, do I want them to do stuff that we're not expecting? Sure. But would I want to make it like anticlimactic? No, not really. You know what I mean? So like it's weird. Like don't take any of this stuff. By the way, they're all fictional characters. It's a fictional movie. Okay, I want to make that very clear. So let's not get too upset, especially at me, about this. But I understand the passion, right? Again, each one of these brings its own thing. But I like the idea of survival, and I like the idea that we could get somebody that would actually make it through. I really do like that. Again, it's which. Do you do is it Gale and Dewey? And Dewey gets injured, but he doesn't die, and Gale is like unharmed, right? Is it Sydney? And Sydney gets hurt, but she doesn't actually die, right? Could you do something like that? I think you could. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Scream 4? Now there was a couple versions of Scream 4, but I'm almost positive one of the ideas was that Sydney would be the opening attack in Scream 4, and she would be like in a coma, or she'd be like knocked out for like several. You guys will have to fill in the blanks for me, but I'm pretty sure that was a thought about thing with Scream 4. So I almost wonder, could you pull something like that here? And again, you have the Jenna Ortega stuff. I really think I have to stop jumping around, and I do want to just make it known. I do think Jenna Ortega will be in the opening attack. So whether it's her alone, whether it's her and her sister, maybe it's her and her sister, and they're both completely unharmed. See, that's the thing, though. When you have an opening attack, I guess the most anticlimactic or almost, or the most like just not what we would expect whatsoever would be don't hurt anybody. Actually, or maybe even actually there has been that theory before. Maybe there'd be multiple Ghostface killers, and one of the Ghostface killers would be killed during the opening attack. Wouldn't that be something? So like, I love it. I love it. Don't you love it? Again, the possibilities are endless, and that's again why I kind of don't want them to end until the day the movie comes out. Okay, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think is going to be in the opening attack? Do you think anybody's going to get hurt, but do you think that they're going to survive or not? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go out. If you guys want to support us through Patreon or YouTube memberships, we have both of them. They're the exact same thing, just in 2 different spots, so feel free to support us in whichever place you feel comfortable with. Patreon, the link's in the description, and the YouTube membership, the join button is what would get you there. It's next to the subscribe button, okay? Thank you for watching, guys. I will continue doing the Scream video every single Tuesday. We are back. We're bigger than ever, and once we get new stuff, whenever that new stuff happens, as we've seen with the kind of behind-the-scenes pictures that we got, I'm going to cover it like the second that it happens, okay? So you can expect that as well. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.